In the bustling heart of a Los Angeles courtroom, a moment of raw human emotion unfolded that captured the attention of everyone present. Rockmond Dunbar, the seasoned actor best known for his compelling portrayal of Michael Grant on the hit series 911, found himself at the center of a high-stakes legal battle against the entertainment giant Disney. The case, which pitted personal convictions against corporate mandates, reached its dramatic climax when a jury delivered a verdict that left Dunbar visibly shattered. As the words of the decision echoed through the room, Dunbar buried his face in his hands, his broad shoulders trembling. Then, in a burst of unfiltered anguish, he cried out repeatedly, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!" Turning toward the gallery where his wife and children sat, their faces etched with concern, he managed to choke out, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We'll be okay." It was a poignant reminder of the personal toll exacted by this prolonged dispute, one that had spanned years and touched on deeply held beliefs about faith, health, and the right to bodily autonomy. Dunbar's journey to this courtroom moment began in the glamorous yet demanding world of television production. For several seasons he had embodied the character of Michael, the steadfast ex-husband to Angela Bassett's iconic Athena Grant on 911, a show co-created by the visionary Ryan Murphy. His role was more than just lines and scenes. It represented stability, creative fulfillment, and financial security in an industry notorious for its unpredictability. Dunbar himself described the gig as nothing short of miraculous, likening it to winning the lottery. Each episode netted him a substantial $100,000, a figure that included compensation even for installments where his character took a back seat. It was the kind of opportunity that actors dream of, consistent work on a critically acclaimed drama that blended heart-pounding action with profound explorations of family and resilience. But in late 2021, as the world grappled with the ongoing ripples of the COVID-19 pandemic, that dream job evaporated. Disney, through its subsidiary 20th Television, enforced stringent vaccination protocols for all cast and crew members involved in productions under its umbrella. These rules were non-negotiable, designed to safeguard health amid a health crisis that had already upended the entertainment landscape. Dunbar, however, sought exemptions. Initially, he requested a medical accommodation, citing personal health concerns. When that avenue proved unfruitful, he pivoted to a religious exemption, grounding his plea in the tenets of the Congregation of Universal Wisdom, a spiritual group that views certain medical interventions, including vaccines, as antithetical to divine will. For Dunbar, this wasn't a mere preference. It was a sacred stance, one he believed aligned him with a higher power in what he later termed a spiritual war between good and evil. The lawsuit filed in 2022 transformed this personal dilemma into a public spectacle, drawing lines in the sand over issues that continue to divide society. Dunbar alleged that Disney's decision to write his character off the show constituted unlawful discrimination, a failure to reasonably accommodate his sincerely held religious beliefs as protected under federal law. The Congregation of Universal Wisdom, under the guidance of its leader, emphasizes a holistic approach to health that shuns synthetic pharmaceuticals in favor of natural and spiritual remedies. Vaccines, in this worldview, represent a human-engineered barrier between the individual and God's natural order. During the 4-day trial, Dunbar took the stand to articulate this philosophy with fervor. "Man created the COVID-19 vaccine to separate you from God," he declared, his voice steady despite the gravity of the room. He elaborated on his conviction that the pandemic era was not just a medical challenge but a metaphysical battleground. "This is a spiritual war. This is a war of evil against good. I stood on the side of good. I stood on the side of God. I stood on the shoulders of God." These words, delivered with the passion of a man who had staked his career on them, painted a vivid picture of Dunbar's internal compass, one guided by faith rather than fear. Yet, the defense mounted by Disney's legal team, spearheaded by the sharp-witted Maria Rodriguez, sought to dismantle this narrative brick by brick. They didn't outright attack Dunbar's religious sincerity but instead probed inconsistencies that could undermine his claims. Foremost among these was Dunbar's own medical history, which included regular use of synthetic testosterone and anastrozole, hormone therapies prescribed for health reasons. The leader of the congregation had previously labeled such treatments as sacrilegious, a direct contradiction to Dunbar's professed adherence. Under cross-examination, Dunbar conceded the point with humility, admitting, "I am far from perfect." This admission opened the floodgates for Rodriguez to catalog a staggering 37 medications Dunbar had taken over the years, from pain relievers to antibiotics. In her closing argument, she wielded this list like a scalpel. "This is way far from perfect. This isn't even close. The implication was clear. If Dunbar's faith forbade the COVID-19 vaccine on spiritual grounds, why had he embraced so many other man-made interventions without similar qualms? It raised questions about whether his exemption request was rooted in genuine theology or served as a convenient shield against the vaccine itself.